Beneath a small embankment along a dirt road near the Pokrovsk direction, a Ukrainian reconnaissance drone detects two Russian soldiers resting inside thick grass below the slope. Their movement suggests they had recently completed a long march before stopping to recover beside the roadside. During the pause, one of the soldiers lights a cigarette while remaining concealed beneath the embankment. Moments later, a nearby Ukrainian observation drone is redirected toward the area after reconnaissance confirms possible movement below the road. As the aircraft approaches, the hidden position is quickly identified from above. Realizing they have been spotted, both soldiers immediately press themselves flat against the ground in an attempt to avoid detection from above. The drone rapidly adjusts its line, closes the distance, and descends directly into the engagement area. This footage shows an observation example of limited battlefield awareness on the front. A Ukrainian FPV drone approaches a Russian soldier lying on the ground. However, after making contact, the drone does not immediately detonate. Instead of moving away from the area, the soldier picks up a stick and starts observation the drone with it. He continues hitting the aircraft with a tree branch, seemingly unaware of the potential danger. Moments later, the explosive payload is activated. When a drone fails to detonate on impact, why would someone attempt to interact with it instead of immediately moving away from the area? The war in Ukraine is still ongoing. May 18, 2026. Lyman Direction. Signum Battalion. Russian soldiers are attempting to establish new defensive positions in the forest, but before they can finish digging or set up proper cover, drones are already overhead. Scattered through the woods, soldiers press into shallow trenches and attempt to conceal themselves behind thin trees. Some move quickly, others remain still, but the aerial surveillance continues tracking movement across the area. This is the Lyman front in 2026. Limited cover, constant observation, and very little time to prepare. Signum operators continue monitoring the sector before defensive lines can fully organize. The following footage unfolds near a heavily damaged forest sector in the Kupiansk direction, where a Ukrainian reconnaissance drone detects a Russian soldier loading personal gear onto a motorcycle beside the tree line. The soldier appears to have been resting in the area for some time before preparing to leave the position. From above, operators assess the movement and relay the coordinates to a nearby Ukrainian observation drone unit. Moments later, the drone begins moving toward the reported location. Below, the soldier starts the motorcycle and attempts to move across the rough terrain, but the damaged ground and debris prevent him from building speed. After struggling forward for a short distance, he suddenly stops and lets the motorcycle fall onto its side after noticing the drone rapidly approaching overhead. Within seconds, the Ukrainian drone closes the remaining distance and continues the engagement operation. The following situation unfolds near the Pokrovsk direction, where a Ukrainian drone conducts a routine patrol along tree lines bordering a dirt road and a wide stretch of open field. Flights like these have become part of daily frontline operations, allowing drone units to maintain constant awareness of movement across contested terrain. After completing a sweep beside the trees, the aircraft shifts toward the exposed field and scans the open ground ahead. Moments later, the operator detects a Russian soldier moving alone without nearby support or cover. With the position fully exposed in the open terrain, the drone immediately accelerates forward and proceeds with the engagement before the soldier can react. Along a dirt road frequently affected by intense fighting, a Russian soldier is seen moving alone without nearby support or cover. Moments later, a nearby Ukrainian drone detects the movement and immediately begins accelerating toward his position. As the sound of the drone engine echoes across the road, the soldier realizes he has been spotted and quickly begins retreating. While moving away, he repeatedly fires behind himself in uncontrolled bursts, attempting to force the aircraft back. Despite the effort, the response proves ineffective as the drone continues closing the distance from above. The following situation unfolds along a dirt road leading towards central Donetsk, bordered by heavily damaged tree lines and shattered terrain from repeated fighting. A Ukrainian reconnaissance drone detects a Russian soldier moving alone along the route without nearby support. Focused entirely on the road ahead, the soldier appears unaware that his movement is already being tracked from above. On frontline routes like these, even brief moments of inattention can quickly become dangerous. Moments later, a Ukrainian observation drone is redirected toward the road and rapidly closes the distance from behind. Before the soldier can recognize the threat or react, the drone accelerates forward and proceeds with the engagement. A Ukrainian drone moves from an open field toward a dirt road where reconnaissance teams had reported recent Russian movement moments earlier. As the aircraft reaches the area, the operator quickly identifies the soldier and accelerates toward the position. Hearing the drone approaching overhead, the soldier reacts by pressing himself against the edge of the road in an attempt to remain concealed. Seconds later, the drone rapidly descends and proceeds with the engagement. The following sequence unfolds along a rain-soaked dirt road in the Pokrovsk direction, where shallow pools of water still reflect the gray sky after a recent storm. A Ukrainian reconnaissance drone tracks a Russian soldier steadily moving toward a frontline position, unaware he is being observed from above. Moments later, a second Ukrainian drone begins approaching at low altitude, using the roadside terrain for concealment. As the first drone hovers overhead, the soldier stops and fires upward with a light weapon, focusing only on the visible aircraft. He fails to notice the second drone closing in from below before it rapidly proceeds with the engagement. The scene unfolds near ruined houses in the Avdiivka direction where a Ukrainian drone detects a Russian soldier concealed beside a wooden fence. The aircraft approaches slowly and deliberately, maintaining visual contact while closing the distance from above. On the ground, the soldier remains still at first, relying on the fence and surrounding debris for cover. Only when the drone moves within close range does he suddenly attempt to move away. The reaction comes too late. Across an open field covered in tall grass, a Ukrainian reconnaissance drone captures a quiet moment near the front line. Below, a lone Russian soldier walks slowly along a dirt road carrying a small bag, likely containing supplies or personal equipment. His movements appear heavy and cautious, suggesting exhaustion from distance and isolation. After reaching the edge of the road, he places the bag beside him and sits down to rest, unaware he is already being tracked from above. Moments later, a Ukrainian drone rapidly approaches the area. As the aircraft closes in, the soldier instinctively reaches for his weapon, but the reaction comes too late. The drone immediately descends and proceeds with the engagement. A Ukrainian kamikaze drone, during routine reconnaissance, spotted two Russian soldiers near a tree line before they could carry out any further action. By the time they noticed the drone, it had already closed in at close range. Ukraine's 411th UAS Regiment Kryler unit operates in the sector, and the observation list reflects how Russian forces are moving on this front. Motorcycle riders, soldiers on foot, individuals moving alone, scattered, without formation. Military vehicles and transport trucks are also observed moving through the sector, all identified and engaged. This is not a single engagement but a systematic sweep. The drone operators are not waiting for a specific observation type. Any movement in this sector is being tracked and engaged. Infantry attempting to advance on foot, logistics vehicles attempting to resupply, and motorcycle units trying to use speed as an advantage. The most frequent observations are individual soldiers caught alone, exposed, with limited cover and minimal counter-drone capability. This time, a Ukrainian drone operator is scanning through the bushes, searching for any sign of Russian presence. The sunny weather and the soldiers' camouflage make it especially difficult to identify movement in this kind of terrain. But it does not take long before a Russian soldier is carefully spotted hiding among the foliage. The drone immediately moves in and carries out a rapid observation operation.